So just looking at how the gap changes, and we'll tighten and loosen the spokes. Well, not really, you're not really supposed to loosen, but and tighten spokes to pull the wheel in the direction that it needs to go.
And then I guess explain, like, what is this? What is that rod that you created? Is that something typical or something that...
Metal. This isn't a trimming stand. Buy a stand like this, I'm just using a wheel balancing stand.
So explain, so that like there's a wide gap, right? How do we true to pull the wheel to cover that?
So there's a big gap right there.
Right there, yeah. So then what do you do?
So kind of see how far it goes. I'm just trying to get the gap even. The side-to-side dishing will have to be done on the bike because I don't have a dishing tool.
When you're spinning the rim, right, and you're trying to remove the gap,
I'm not trying to remove the gap, I'm trying to make it even so it's not wobbling everywhere.
Okay, so that's not wobbling, and if it's going in that direction, wobbling in that direction, there's going to be a gap here. So to prevent such a huge gap because of the wobble, you want to pull the tire more in this direction, right?
The rim.
Or rim in this direction, right?
Yeah.
So say for example, actually that's, okay, that one. Okay, right here. So you see how that's close? And then right there.
Okay.
So for that one, to pull the rim in this direction, and this spoke is coming from this side. This spoke is coming from the outside. This spoke is still on this side, but it's pulling from the inside. And then these spokes are from the other side. Which spoke would you tighten?
All the ones that pulled in that direction, all the spokes that are going this way.
That are pulling in this direction?
Both these spokes are pulling in this direction.
These two?
Yes.
So, okay. When will you pull the opposite spokes?
When you need to go the other direction.
Okay.
We don't know if this rim is too far one way or the other. So really, it might just need to go that way. Maybe this gap over here is correct and everything needs to go that way. We don't know that. So that's why we're trying to pick something in the middle. We don't want to like fight the rim right now because we don't know what the dishing is supposed to be, and we won't know until we get it on the bike and we line up the chain tensioners, and then we see that the wheel is like way far in one direction. You can also do up down as well, but luckily it looks like the up down's pretty good.
What do you mean by up down?
Like if there's an up and down gap.
Mm.
But I can already see it's not really going up down, it's going side to side. And these rims aren't perfect either. Like I can already feel that there's some like, the metal's not perfectly straight.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to keep that in mind too, because I can feel it, it's not perfect. Going to be installing the Bridgestone BT45 tires on the rims we laced up. So doing the rear first. This is how the wheel will be on the bike. The sprocket side on the left. First thing is put the rim strip on here to cover up the spoke nipples, because those will puncture the tube and damage it over time. So there's where the valve goes. First thing you want to make sure is that the rotation direction of the tire, which says right here, that way, rear use only. So the tire's going to be going that way. Also, you need to find the yellow dot on the tire. That's the point that you need to line up with where the valve is at due to balancing reasons. So again, tire needs to rotate that way. Check a couple times now. That way, there's the dot that needs to line up with the valve. Let's get some soapy water. There's other stuff that they sell, but whatever. Soapy water works just fine. Try to push it on as much as you can by hand. Rest on here. So tire levers. If you're having a hard time getting it to install, it could be because the bead that you put on is sitting at the edge of the rim, so it makes it tighter. So if you try to squeeze it towards the center of the rim, can give more slack.
Yay.
Let the tube go on, tube go in. You don't want it all flat like this. You want to give it a little bit, some shape to it so it isn't all flat. It installs better. With this, go slowly. Make sure you don't pinch the tube. Pinch the tube between the rim. Then make a hole in the tube. Do this whole process over again. If you step on the tire like I am, it pushes the bead towards the middle, makes it easier to go on, and kind of keeps the bead from popping up. Then just put soap around the bead and pump it up. No, it should seat.